There's going to come a time where you need to know the Pantone color references for your logo. This may be because you want to get some promotional merchandise printed and the printer will only print using Pantone colors. Now this could be a problem if you've had your logo designed and you only have CMYK color references. If that's the case, what I want to do is quickly show you today how you can, in Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop, find out what the Pantone color references are for the CMYK colors in your logo design. So let's pop on over to the PC and do just that. Okay folks, so here we are now inside Adobe Illustrator. I've set up 4 color blocks here, 2 red and 2 orange, and if I click on the red one, you can see up here on the right that there are CMYK color references. Both red blocks are in CMYK, as are both orange blocks. What we want to do is we want to change these CMYK blocks here to Pantone colors. So what you do is really simple. Select the color that you want to change to Pantone, or find the closest Pantone color reference. Go to Edit, Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork, and you'll get a pop-up window appear. Then what you want to do is down here you'll see a little grid icon. Click on that, go to Color Books, and it will open up your Pantone color books inside Illustrator. Now what you want to do is choose probably solid coated. That's the most common one, so I'm going to choose that, and then I'm going to click OK. And you can see here up on this right hand box it now says Pantone 186. So Illustrator is telling me that the closest Pantone color to this red here is Pantone 186. Do the same for the orange. Edit, Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork, choose your Pantone color book, click OK, and there you go, it's picked Pantone 35645 as the closest. Now if I take these colors and overlap them, you'll see there is a very slight color shift between the two, between the original CMYK here and here and the new Pantone there and there. Now this is one of the things that you need to accept when you are changing from CMYK to Pantone. You may not get an exact color match. There may be a difference in the colors. It's just something that you have to deal with when you are converting between the two. So the match is pretty close. If you separate them out again, they are quite close. And you'll see here that in Illustrator, it's added the Pantone swatches to my swatches panel. I've got the CMYK here, and then it's added in the Pantone references for me so that I have easy access to them. So that's how you find out your Pantone color in Adobe Illustrator. Let's jump over to Adobe Photoshop and show you how to do it in that. Okay, so now we are in Adobe Photoshop. Now, as a logo designer, I always recommend that your logo should be designed in Illustrator as a vector file, but it may just be that you only have a bitmap version of your logo, sort of in a JPEG or a PNG, and you still need to be able to find out what the Pantone color references are. So like we had in Illustrator, I've got the 4 blocks again, but it's done differently in Photoshop. To find out what the Pantone color reference is, you need to use the dropper to select the color of the block, and up here again in the right hand panel, if you double click on the color block, it will open up the color picker, and then click on color libraries, and that will open up your Pantone books. And again you can see here that it's chosen Pantone 186, the same as it did in Illustrator, as the closest match. So you can find out this way in Photoshop what the closest Pantone is to the CMYK reference. And so just to run through that again in Photoshop, let's use the orange this time. So we're going to use our color picker, select the orange, double click, choose color libraries, And you can see here it's telling us this is the closest orange. Up here on the top we have the Pantone, and below it is the original CMYK, and it gives us a quick visual reference to see if there's a difference and how much of a difference between the two colours. So that's how you use Photoshop to find the Pantone colour reference of a CMYK colour. So there you have it, easy peasy. Well, it is if you have the software. If you don't have a copy of Illustrator or Photoshop, then you will want to speak to a designer or even the print shop itself and ask them if they can find out the Pantone references for you. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And once you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell icon that you see, and that will mean that you'll be notified whenever I release a new video on my channel. So until I see you next time, stay creative, folks.